Well, we received a few opinions with this week's stories, as we do every week. We also had a special request, and the Grammar Police pay a visit regarding the use of the Queen's English. Mayor John Cranley and other city leaders toured the city's 911 call center. Questions about its operation came to the forefront after the death of 16-year-old Kyle Plush. Part of the solution announced, hiring 11 more people to fill gaps and help with training.
My name is James. I'm calling from Mount Healthy. I think it's great that you're adding all these staff members, but what are they doing to assure that they know where the phone calls are coming from and that there are no disconnects and that there won't be another death?
We're still waiting on the full plan. Meanwhile, Terry Volmer responded to our years of reporting on the 911 Center problems with an email through the Feedback Friday webpage. She says, having heard all about the problems with the city of Cincinnati's 911 system, it is sad that this vital service is still having problems. 6 years ago, when I needed the services of Cincinnati's 911 system, it failed me when they told me that there was no one available to come to my husband's aid. But yet, at the time, there was a Cincinnati firehouse not far from my house on Glenway Avenue. The 911 system failed me 6 years ago, and it failed Kyle Plush. Shame on the city of Cincinnati for ignoring the problems with their 911 system and not fixing a broken system. Mike Pompeo officially became the United States Secretary of State this week, and shortly after being sworn in, photos were tweeted out of his recent visit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Judy Gephardt says, "I do not think a handshake would do any good, because they shake hands doesn't mean nothing nowadays. Back in the day, a handshake was a done deal, but not anymore, especially to a communist country." Janet Boone responded saying, "This would be very historic if they can get him to remove his nukes. Good for Trump." While the month of June was mentioned, there's no official date set for a meeting between President Trump and the North Korean leader. It's time now for a Feedback Friday lightning round.
I just want to congratulate the Reds for having the worst record in history.
I was wondering if you can do a report on Devin Steele's daughter and see how she's doing now.
Devin posted this video last month on his Instagram showing Leah smiling and dancing around. Devin says she's now 3 years in remission. Finally, do you hear that? It's time for a visit from the Grammar Police.
Yes, this is for Craig. Quit saying harass instead of harassment. Look it up in the dictionary. It is pronounced harass, not harass.
Thank you so much for the call, officer. Actually, both versions are correct. Thanks for another great week of calls. By the way, if you ever have an opinion about a story you see on 9 on your side, call the Feedback Friday hotline on 513-852-4998.